Obviously, Carrie Fisher passes away, and you were able to find some footage, I know, of her to work into this film. And I'm just curious, how difficult was it to work the story in to make those scenes fit, combine those, marry those two things?
Pardon me. It was probably the biggest challenge of the movie, and this is a movie that had hundreds of people in alien costumes in the middle of the desert in Jordan, and crazy things that we were all looking at each other like, this, you don't get to do this. This is insane, But with all that stuff and puppets and droids and people in crazy creature suits and things, the hardest thing was this, and part of it was hard technically because we had to figure out how to take this footage that we had of Carrie, which on Force Awakens I was miserable that we were cutting these scenes, because it was like, how do we cut anything that had Carrie in it? And then weirdly it was just the gift for this movie, which is that we had these handful of scenes that we never used. Figuring out how to incorporate that footage was a bit like doing a Sudoku thing, where you're like, you have these blank pieces, but you have these things that exist, and you have to figure out, well, how do you make the entire thing work with just this piece or that piece? And so a lot of it was conceptual, was working on how do we incorporate this dialogue, these scenes, the question of how to make this work with that, so that was a huge challenge, and we knew it had to happen because the story shouldn't have been told without her. And somehow, amazingly, and I have to give incredible props to the actors who literally were in scenes with Leia without Carrie there. And what's strange is some of these techniques are things you would do anyway. Often, and other times on this movie, this happened where an actor wouldn't be available to come in for something. So you have someone come in and act with a person who's just not there, and you don't think twice about it. But because this was Carrie, whom I loved and had known for many years before working with her, and the character who means so much to so many, it wasn't just a casual, oh, it's a reshoot, but he or she isn't available. It was, we're doing this thing. Everyone involved is part of a kind of magic trick of keeping Leia alive for the fans. And it's for me, it is it's maybe the most gratifying thing of the experience is Leia is very much alive in this movie, and it's you'd never know if you didn't know.